Hello, my name is Andrea Matheson, and I'd like to introduce you to Raven Essence's Peaceful Warrior Kit. The story behind the creation of these essences is actually rooted in grief and despair. For when the planes flew into the Twin Towers on September 11th, causing a shock wave to ripple out around the world, I too was stunned. I went out into my garden to ground myself and to ask for nature's wisdom. What was needed from me in this situation? And while George Bush rallied his troops, I intuitively heard, make some flower essences to support the peaceful warrior. In that moment, I realized there is wisdom in the impulse to embody warrior energy. But how that impulse is translated makes all the difference to the outcome. Warrior energy is full of power and vital life energy. However, a spiritual or peaceful warrior does not automatically take up arms when they're threatened. We have many beautiful precedents of leadership that model a different approach to aggression and power domination. Jesus turned the other cheek. Mahatma Gandhi led people on a long walk, and Martin Luther King's speeches inspired millions of people. The suffragette movement mobilized a peaceful army of women, and in current times we've witnessed the demonstrations at Standing Rock and the Women's March that engaged men and women from all around the world. In these times, we are called to find many ways to greet and meet our many challenges without compromising the sacred web of life. The peaceful warrior affirms the power of love as a force of creative change within us and our world. As I created the 4 essences, I began to understand how they support the inner work required to realize and actualize our visions through activating a heart-centered masculine energy within us. What makes the difference between a typical warrior and a peaceful warrior? Essentially, a peaceful warrior's actions spring from the ground of their being rather than a reaction to perceived threats. Instead of following orders from above, they are rooted in and respond to the life force animating all creation. By courageously addressing their own fear and self-sabotaging habits and attitudes, a peaceful warrior mobilizes the power of love to creatively defend the truth and beauty within all life. To outline the nature of each of the 4 essences, I've juxtaposed the quiet integrity of trees alongside images from the feminine and some quotes from the definitions. In this way, I hope to depict the heart-centered qualities of a peaceful warrior. The first essence is called Standing My Ground, and it's all about stillness and gestation. We often begin with a seed, a germ of thought, an idea, a possibility, and this gradually pulses and swells within us, taking root in our consciousness. Once the root is well established in the earth, it begins to push up into the light, strong and determined to emerge from the dark womb. Within the peaceful warrior's body, a vertical energy organizes and aligns her focused passion and her future options. She holds her ground at the still point and tends the seed gestating in her heart. The second essence is calling forth the vital life force, and it supports the processes of attracting and receiving. As the tree matures, it gradually takes up more space, both underground and in its upper canopy. Likewise, as we cultivate our soul visions, we have greater access to the wisdom of nature and spirit. We draw up what we need, like trees, for inspiration and nourishment from both sources, earth and air, and in this way we remain balanced and well-grounded. Standing firm and open-hearted, the peaceful warrior shapes her clearest intention, summoning what she needs from both the wild and the tame elements of life. The third essence, sounding the blessing of liberation, supports our creative expression and timely action. This is the blossoming phase of a tree, marking its beautiful peak expression. A celebratory time as the tree hums with the fragrance of its spring flowers and announces itself to the world. As a peaceful warrior's vision matures, she patiently tends to the precise timing of her actions. Centered and undistracted, she focuses on the emergence of her sacred intent. And from this position of independent strength, she liberates herself. The final essence is called the messenger of forgiveness, and this supports our radiant presence and clear perspective. In nature, this phase marks the culmination of a tree's process. When it is heavy with ripe fruit and ready to let go, drop the fruit, shed its leaves, and rest for a time. Meanwhile, the peaceful warrior conveys a steadfastly generous invitation to life. And through her dominion of love, she transmutes each thought and feeling that comes to her into patterns of beauty and wholeness. If this organic process of manifesting your soul visions resonates with you, please contact me through the Waveneficence website for a private consultation or to purchase the Peaceful Warrior Kit. Thank you for your time.